Today's project is trying to get my snowblower running again before snow falls. So the other day during the snow, I was going along fine. This side is supposed to be sprung like this side, and as you can see, my cable either came loose or broke. So we're going to dig in, and I thought I'd bring you guys along to see what happened here. This is an older yard machine, MTD snowblower, 8 horsepower, 24 inch. They're all very, very similar. I'll get it apart here. We're going to flip it over. Where the access panel is actually down here. There's about 6 bolts. I'll flip this thing over and show you, and we'll get into it. When you flip a snowblower over like this, you want to be careful. My gas is lower than what it is, or else the gas will spill out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts that hold on that cover there. I'm going to, that's self-explanatory. Just back them out when I get those out, and I'll show you what's going on, and hopefully we find out what's happening with that. Okay, so I'll bring you in closer here, but it looks like just the tip of this spring bent off. Now, I'm pretty frugal, so what I'll probably do is I'll probably tack that back on, and bend a little bit end on here, and hook it back on down there. But I'll see how this spring will hold, and if not, I'll also get on the internet tonight and see how much a new one costs. But I'll bring you in here and show you where this hooks up and how it hooks up and what happened to the end there. Okay, so as you can see there, that end right here just straightened out just a hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this and see if I can just give it a little torque. And, you know, it's not the best fix. We'll know. You see how I have a little bit of a U back in there. Once I get it hooked on, I might squeeze it down a little bit more. Not the best fix, but you know, it'll get me running until I can get a new cord. Or I don't know, I just saw this. Looks like that slides out. Maybe I just need to order a new spring. So this needs to come down here and hook onto this plate right here that flaps forward and engages the clutch for the wheels. To get that on, there's a little trick, and I'm going to back you back out one more time and show you what that trick is. So up here by your handle where this connects on, you have a little adjuster, and this is backed on with a nut, so you can't move this until you loosen that nut. I already loosened that, but if you basically can back that off and extend or shorten that, and you can see how much adjustment is in that. I mean, there's probably an inch and a half of adjustment, maybe actually 2 inches with all the thread there. So now that this is off, that'll make it easy to connect down below. I'll move you back down there. Okay, it's a tight area here to get my hands in and show you everything, but I think you just saw I slipped that just right around that. I am for good measures, although I believe it's on pretty good. I'm just going to give it a little squeeze there. And I'm going to pan you up here, and you just want to make sure that's tight all the way along, and you can see there's a little pulley right there and holding tight to there, and you can see how as this pulls, that adjusts in and out. So right now it's locked. When I let go, it's unlocked. When I pull it, it's locked. When I let go, it's unlocked. Now this is a good time to inspect everything too. I can see that this the rubber that's on this, which is what engages it, so as I pull this forward, that engages it. You can see the rubber's worn on there, so that's another part I might want to look for when I'm in there. I actually did some repairs to this last year, and so I know these belts are good, but that's something that I'm sure with this flopping around in there, that got beat up. So I will look into those 2 parts tonight and swap them out if need be. I'm going to move you back up. We'll get this all put back together, and she should be ready to roll. Okay, it's a little tight up here, so once again a little bit hard to tell, but you have this side that's coming from the handle, this side that's coming from the cable, and it's as easy as just sort of snugging this back on. So here's where your adjustment comes into play. I'm just going to sort of, this doesn't need to be super duper tight because you don't want to be pulling that plate back up and engaging those tires. But you want, when this is pulled, those tires to be nice and so right now I think we have it. We're just, maybe I'm going to back it off just even a tad, where it's free when that falls, and when that falls it's free, but as soon as I start grabbing, it's grabbing nice and tight. So as soon as you have that, you can see this nut here, which is hard. I'm sorry, I need to get some light in here. I'm just going to roll that back down, and what you want to do is, and I don't like to put pliers anywhere, but that's all I have sitting right here right now, and a 3/8 wrench, and you don't need to over snug it, but you want to snug that back down, and what that does is that prevents that from loosening or tightening itself back up. So we'll get the plate back on the bottom here and we'll test her out. So there we have it. The drive control is fixed once again, ready for a snowy day. And you know, this is a second-hand piece of equipment I got for free because it didn't work. I fixed that last year, should have showed you guys that. But you know, it's ready for another snow. I have a larger driveway now, and it'd be a pain to do it without this. So get out there, get some second-hand equipment, and get it working.